Good Monday afternoon. Not morning, because this morning was probably the worst one I've had since I started doing these vlogs. And I knew I was out of town all last week because I got to go to Florida on vacation, so I didn't want to miss today. So you're getting a nice afternoon chat. So this last week I traveled a lot, drove a lot, pushed myself, drove all through one night, did too much, and I've gotten myself sick. So my lymph nodes are swollen, my tonsils are swollen, so I got to start off the day at the doctor and get a Z-Pack. So I'm gonna make whatever that is in my throat die and go away. And then I got to take my sweet little car to Gateway Tire, and it turns out the little light on that was the battery light means my alternator was going to die, so we are getting a new alternator today. And then I got to go to work, even though I didn't feel good or want to, and do payroll. And the computer was off and didn't do its Wi-Fi thing right, so it was a really challenging morning. I still praised the Lord the whole morning and asked Him to comfort me through the craziness, but it was a tough morning. But I did want to encourage some sweet friends. I have some friends out there who in the last 2 weeks have lost a loved one, and they are struggling. Grief is so hard. Grief is so depressing. Grief is rough. So I would love to hug them and sprinkle rainbow dust all over the place and make them happy, but I know from my own experience of walking through it, you don't get to do that. You have to actually walk through grief, and it is a process and a part of life. So one of the neat things I got out of talking to one of them the other day was, be sure you're grieving while you're still living. So I remember I would wake up some mornings after my dad died and I would think, I can't do this. I can't even get out of bed. But I had to. I pushed myself. I had 3 little ones. So I would get up and I would go take care and see to them the whole day. And then I kept telling myself, I'll cry in an hour. I'll cry in an hour. And finally, when I put them to bed that night and the sun set and the grief overcame me, I did. I went and sat and cried. So that was how I pushed through, and it was probably months for me of doing that. And in that time, I was able to compartmentalize and live during the day and do what needed to be done. Probably could have done it better, but make it work and then grieve at night. And then one of the Psalms I dearly love during these times is from Psalm 34, and it says, one of the verses, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." I guess I just like to picture Him right there with me, holding me, comforting me, especially through those hardest times when you feel like you can't cry hard enough, you couldn't be any sadder. Will this ever change? So I guess I'm encouraging you, if you're going through a grieving time, to feel the Lord's comfort. And if you know someone who is, to come alongside them, listen, be so patient with them, and go at their pace as they grieve. It's been lovely chatting with you this afternoon. Let's hope nothing happens that's too crazy on Wednesday before I record. Talk to you later.